How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at Scrub Games, and today we have some sick Shadows of the Galaxy reveals, because once again, we're getting them every week, and we're getting them day by day as well, getting loads of reveals, just basically coming up to, getting closer and closer to the release of the set, because it comes out in July, so we get some more and more, and once again, like normal, we're getting two leader reveals, and a fair few cards, and there are some really nice ones for this week. So if you're interested in looking at seeing what we've had this week, rather than see day by day in like different areas, and you want to see them all in one go for the last week, then feel free to keep watching, and we get into it. But before we do get into it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It keeps you updated with my videos as and when they drop, and by clicking the notification bell, you can get alerts to when my videos do drop as well, so you can watch them there and then, or at a later time that suits you best. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out what we've got for this week's reveals. So starting off with the first leader, as you can probably see from the little thing up in the corner, we've got Fennec Shand gets leader, so that's quite interesting. So what the second heroic cunning leader is Fennec Shand, which is something I didn't expect, and probably some people might not expect it, some people might expect it. If you did, well done. But it's Fennec Shand honoring the deal, and she's a heroic leader, which is quite interesting. She's underworld, but then again, she isn't. Like if you've seen her in some like series and stuff, she's kind of like helping. Like in the Boba series, she's helping out Boba because you become a good guy. She's also helping out in the Bad Batch, like protecting Omega and stuff like that. So yeah, she is pretty good, a good guy, and she's got quite an interesting effect as well because so she gives you cunning and heroic for her aspects. She deploys quite early at 5 resources, which is really nice, but it's quite low on her stats because she's a 4/4. So when she does deploy at 5 or less, like 5 or more resources, she's a 4/4, means she's got 4 power and 4 health. So once again, one of the like another leader that's kind of like easy be taken down by takedown, instant kill, and not the most bulky, like quite fragile as well. But she does come down with Saboteur, so when she attacks, she can ignore Sentinel and defeat a defender's shields. So basically take the shields out. And she's got some like quite an interesting skill that goes with those things as well, because on her leader side, the effect is to pay 1, so pay 1 resources and tap her. You can then play a unit that costs 4 or less from your hand, paying its cost. Like it's nice that it actually says paying its cost, because it should have had that in should have really had that on things like ELC, where people kept like wondering like, do you just pay it for free and stuff like that? But no, it says paying its cost, so that's fair enough. And then you give it ambush for this phase, so after the unit is played, you'll be ready and attack an enemy unit. So that's quite nice. Like, so we've already seen like how great ECL is, whereas you can just play something 6 or less and give it ambush, so you can attack something straight away. And Fennec does the exact same thing, but by you pay 1 and tap yourself, it is only on a 4 or less, which is still pretty good. But out something 4 or less with ambush, it's still very, very good. So that's a really nice effect. I'm really looking forward to this, like trying it out, because it seems a really nice leader. And she does the same thing on when she's deployed. So when she's deployed, she's got that same effect, but now you don't have to pay any resources and you don't have to tap her. You just have to action. Play a unit that costs 4 or less from your hand, pay an extra cost, and give it ambush for this phase. So when she's deployed, you have to pay the extra energy, which kind of, if you're doing a lead area, you have to kind of play one. You have to pay a turn behind because you keep 1 energy to be able to do it. So if you wanted to play something turn 1 with ambush, it has to be at 1 cost because you only got 2 resources, and like so, you have to pay 1 less until you get to like 5 resources. Then like you can play up to 4 cost without worrying about paying a turn behind. But it's a really nice effect, really cool effect, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. And because we want to know, ambush is a very good skill, and even having Saboteur so you can still push the leader is very good. Just she's got very low stats, which I'm not sure like if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like what could make sense with her character, so I'm not too familiar with it. But still, 4 power is pretty good, and also like 4 health is not the best. But you can always like put upgrades on her as well to keep her around, which is quite nice. So there is that. So that's the first of the 2 leaders we got this week. And the next one, we got Gar Saxon. So does Gar Saxon have a leader? And this one's quite like an interesting one. So like, there's never a Mandalorian leader, because you can't just have 1 Mandalorian leader in the set. Well, technically, no, because this technically starter deck is the Mandalorian. But then we've got Bo-Katan, you got Gar Saxon as the other one, is like the villainy side Mandalorian. So because he is a Imperial Mandalorian and official as well. So he's got that benefit. Like, what's it? The Emperor's Guards. I think if you have an official unit on the board, it gains, I think either gains Sentinel or has Sentinel, or it gains like extra health or something like that. So it can benefit from that. It's Mandalorian, also it's Imperial as well, so it works quite well with some of the just the normal dark side stuff of set 1 cards. But yeah, this is Gar Saxon, so he deploys a little bit later than Fennec, 6 resources rather than 5 or less, so 6 or more you can deploy him, and he comes down with a bit better on the stats, like some of the stats we're used to, like on things like Boba and stuff, being 4 power and 7 health, so quite a decent amount of health and pretty good attack. And he's all around, as we've seen with the Mandalorians, they're all around, well, some of them are all around upgrades, like putting upgrades on, like powering stuff up. And that's exactly what he does as well. So Gar Saxon, Vice for Mandalore, in the lead area, he allows each friendly upgraded unit to get an extra +1 power while they're upgraded. So when they got an upgrade, you get an extra +1 power off him. So a bit stronger by being upgraded. So not only are they stronger by being upgraded, but they're stronger against the Gar Saxon. And also, once again, like I didn't say, he also gives you the vigilance and villainy traits aspects, so you got access to those without the aspect penalty, of course. And then when he is deployed, he then has a kind of slightly different effect. So he gains the same effect as in the when in Lyra, where each friendly upgraded unit gets +1 power, but you also now gain each friendly unit gains when defeated. You may return an upgrade that's attached to this unit to its owner's hand. Attached to this unit to its owner's hand. So that means if you have another friendly unit on the field that has an upgrade and it gets defeated, you can take an upgrade that was attached to it back to your hand when it's destroyed. So the really nice thing about this, if you go double blue, you can put protection or protector on a unit. So for 1, put protector on a unit, give it +1/+1, and then of course Gar Saxon gives an extra +1 power for that. And then that protector gives a unit sentinel, meaning you have to attack that before you attack any other unit or base in that arena. And if that's defeated, you can then get that protector back, so you can then put it back on another unit to make sure they can't ever attack Gar Saxon, because you'll have something else with Sentinel. So that's what I kind of want to try out with it. It seems quite fun to do that. It's just nice to be able to upgrade, put like protector on one of your other units, so they have to attack into that, and when it's defeated, get that protector back. You could put it down as well. It seems quite fun, so you're not really losing anything, just keep powering up, because then you power up something by 1 health and 2 power, thanks to Gar Saxon, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to trying out the leads. Like some really interesting leaders in this set, and ones I want to try. I have some even tried out all the ones for set 1, but these look really fun. So that's the 2 leaders. So hopefully we've got 4 more leaders. Like we've already seen kind of like we've seen like pictures that show one of the last heroic aggression leader is Han Solo, and the last villainy command unit is Jabba. So the ones we don't know is the other heroic vigilance leader and the other villainy cunning leader. So hopefully we see those 2 before we see Jabba and Solo. So that way we can know all the different characters in the set as leader, because I'm hoping Maul is the last cunning villainy leader, and I'm not sure what the heroic vigilance leader is. So that's the leaders done. Next we have some cool Mandalorians. So we got some cool Mandalorian cards, and some cards that feature Mandalorians in the artwork. So we got Clan Saxon Gauntlet, which is a space unit. We got Fen Rao, which is a nice little uncommon ground unit. Unique one as well, because it's Protector of the Concord Dawn. And then you got Brutal Traditions being a 2-cost upgrade. So with Clan Saxon Gauntlet is a 6-cost space unit. Has Sentinel, comes down with 4 power, 5 health, so pretty decent stats. And it's got when this unit attacks as an effect, you may give an experience token to a unit before damage is dealt. So that's pretty nice. Every time you swing, you can give an experience token to a unit. It can be itself as well, because it doesn't say like an other friendly unit. It just says once this unit attacks, you may give an experience token to a unit, so you can give it to itself. And every time you swing, you just keep popping at itself to get more and more experience. So that's quite nice. Oh, sorry. When this unit attacks, anytime it's attacked, you keep boosting itself and making it stronger and stronger. So your opponent's not going to want to attack that, but they have to because it's got Sentinel. So very, very nice one. Very, very cool. Then we've got Fen Rao, so he's also 6 costs, but he's a 5/6 for his stats in Just Mandalorian. And he's got 2 effects. First one is when played, you may play an upgrade from your hand. Play an upgrade from your hand, and it costs 2 less. So that's quite nice. You can either play you can play like Brutal Traditions for free on top of it, which is quite cool. Just give it a big boost for nothing. Or you can play other ones, like you can play a Protector for free and stuff like that. Just play an upgrade from your hand that costs 2 or less. And then you've also got the other effect, which is when you play an upgrade on this unit itself, you give an enemy unit -2/2 for this phase. So you minus something by 2 power and 2 health for the phase anytime you upgrade him. So that's quite cool. So if you keep upgrading, you can minus it down. And it's not once per turn, just anytime you upgrade. So if you have him out and you've got enough resources, you can keep upgrading over and over again, and then minus something down potentially to 0/0, so it gets defeated. So that's cool. quite an interesting one, quite decent stats. 6 costs, it's quite good for him, especially if you can put an upgrade or something as well. Because if you play this out and you've got like upgrades like in different colors, like in cunning, and you've got snapshot reflexes, you can actually play this out and then play snapshot reflexes for free onto any other unit that can't attack this turn, and swing with that with extra +1/1, which is some pretty nice moves. So you put something out plus also get a swing with thanks to snapshot reflex and stuff like that. So really really cool. And then you got Brutal Traditions. This is an upgrade that is 2 costs. It's a villainy vigilance unit upgrade. It gives the card it's equipped to extra 1 power and extra 2 hate health. So that's quite cool. And it's got an action where if an enemy unit was defeated this phase, you can play this upgrade from your discard pile, paying its cost. So even if the unit this card was attached to the unit that was defeated, or if it's just in your discard while a unit is undefeated, you can then basically pay 2 to upgrade this from your discard, which is very nice. Being able to use cards from your discard rather than your hand means you keep that hand advantage of like options and stuff, which is really cool, and just gives something a boost is really nice. So it's a really nice upgrade. Looking forward to trying it out. And yeah, some pretty nice cards for blue. Like I'm always looking at the blue ones because I do want to play Churret and I want to play double blue and see what options. But currently not only one of these can kind of be really used in Churret without too much of an asset penalty, but still they're a pretty nice card. Then we got some legendaries. The only 2 legendaries we got, two command cards we got were 2 legendaries. So some nice legendaries here, like quite interesting one. We got the Dark Saber. That was kind of one that was kind of predicted when we saw things like Gar Saxon and whatever. I think there's another character like Bo-Katan. Kind of thought, yeah, there's good. Or and even like the Mandalorian. It's like the Dark Sabers. Like hopefully Dark Saber's in here, and the Dark Saber is in here. Is the upgrade? And it's a legendary upgrade as well. So just called the Dark Saber. It's a 4 cost, and it gives you 4 power and 3 health. So quite big stats for its cost. Like it is quite costly, but then still gives you some big stats. You wouldn't want to have it give you like 1/1 for 4 resources. Now you want to give it this amount of power for its resources. And its Dark Saber is a Mandalorian item weapon. So that's quite cool. It's a Mandalorian card that you can search for things like This Is the Way. So very nice there. And then it's got effects. So first thing is you attach to a non-vehicle unit. So you can't attach this to a vehicle because how is a vehicle going to wield a Dark Saber? Of course not. Then you got while playing this upgrade on a Mandalorian unit, you ignore its aspect penalty. Meaning if you're playing any Mandalorian cards, you're going to upgrade this put this onto a Mandalorian. You don't have to worry if you haven't got that aspect on your leader base. You can ignore it, which is very very nice. So it means you don't have to run command when running any of the Mandalorian leaders or cards. You can just tech this in. Where if you plan to upgrade it only on a Mandalorian, you have to worry if you don't have command on your leader or base. That's very very cool, and it gives a big benefit if you're running a Mandalorian focus deck because its then error effect is attached unit gains on attack. Give an experience token to each ever friendly Mandalorian unit. So anytime that unit that's equipped with swings, gives all ever friendly Mandalorian units say extra 1 experience, meaning they get an extra 1/1 to the stats. So that's really cool. But so you have to have like a focus on Mandalorians and have more Mandalorians on the field to actually give boosts to. So it is interesting. It does require to set up and actually have your Mandalorian stay. But if you can stay and get this on, you're swinging, you're boosting up your arena as well. It doesn't say like in a certain arena. So if you have space units that are Mandalorian and ground units that are Mandalorian, then you get the swing, and then all your Mandalorian units, no matter what arena they are, gain extra experience token, which is very very nice. So that's really cool. And then we got a legendary event called Endless Legions, and this is a hefty costing one because it's 14 resources and it's a double command as well. So a never double aspect card. So we've seen a double aspect blue, we've seen double aspect yellow, we've now seen a double aspect green. And what does it do for such a high cost and in double aspect? Well, it allows you to reveal any number of your resources that you control. So any number of your resources, and you play each unit revealed this way for free, 1 at a time. So 14 resources with a hefty number of units. If they're all units, you can actually play all 14 of them onto your board in one go. Now you might be thinking that's never going to be pulled off. That's never going to work because it's such a high costing. But remember, it's in command, and command is the aspect where you ramp. So you've got resupply. If you're on the dark side, you've got super laser technician. You've got command as well. If you're playing double aspect, you've got command, which is a never double aspect card that also ramps you. So it's not too difficult as long as you keep seeing your ramp to be able to keep ramping. It's also charging into your turns they just keep ramping up the resources, and then play 14 to just drop this down and play like a ton of units. Like leave all the things like your resupplies and commands in your resources, so you can still play something the next turn. But then drop all the units you played, all like the big costing units you've like resourced over the turns, and just play them all out for free onto your board, which is immense. And also, because you play them for free, you don't worry about the aspect penalty. So if you've got things that aren't the same aspects and stuff, you don't have to worry about the aspect penalty. You just play them out for free, which is really, really cool. So you can literally try and go for a double cunning deck with like loads of units that aren't you can't play normally without an aspect penalty, like Avenger and stuff in a double command deck, and then just drop them all out and just drop a big thing. The only problem is, if you're playing against any blue like a villainy vigilance deck, they can always super laser blast and just nuke your board after you pay 14 for this, while they've paid 8. So it feels bad, but if you're not playing against that, there's not many decks can kind of like deal with you getting a board that big that quickly, which is pretty sick. So, and also against aggro, it might not work too well as well, because you've got to like kind of keep ramping up while they just keep hitting your face, and yeah. So it might be a tech card for if you play double cunning, but gives like more fun ways to kind of like play some of these double aspects at command, which is going to be really fun to try out. Then we got some more Mandalorians. We got 2 aggression units and 2 aggression cards, and there are some more Mandalorians. So we got Pre-Vizsla being like a dark side, a villainy aggression card, and then a never just normal Mandalorian being House Cast Soldier. So Pre-Vizsla is a 7-cost ground unit, 8 power, 7 attack. I can't remember which person Pre-Vizsla was. I can't remember if he was the like. It doesn't say Jedi. Because I remember there was I can't remember which series it was watching, and there was a Mandalorian was accepting the Jedi Order, and he was the first one to have like dark saber, or get the dark saber, or nick the dark saber, or whatever. I can't remember if it's Pre-Vizsla. It might not be. It might be just. I can't remember if he's just the one of the Death Watch guys. I need to look into it a bit better. But we got Pre-Vizsla here, power hungry. 8 power, 7 health. He's a Mandalorian trooper, and he's got a when played or on attack effect. So either when he's played or when he attacks, you may pay the cost of an upgrade attached to one other non-vehicle unit, and if you do, take control of that upgrade and attach it to this unit, if able. And then if it can't attach to this unit, defeat it instead. So that's really nice. You take any, just when it's played or when you attack, you're allowed to take any like upgrade attached to a non-vehicle unit, and as long as you play its cost, you can take control of it and attach it to himself. But if it can't attach to him, you defeat it. So you can actually defeat a resource, you defeat an upgrade or take it. And the really nice thing is, if you notice on the tokens as well, like for the experience and shield, those ones all have a cost on them up in the top left, and they have like a 0 cost. So technically, this guy can take experience tokens and upgrade tokens or shield tokens off of units and put them on himself. So if your opponent's got a unit and you got a shield in it, you can play out this, pay 0 because that's how much it costs, and then take the shield off there and put it on himself, which is really cool. Or even experience, take it off someone, put it on himself, make it even 9-8 for that turn. When he attacks, just keep doing that. So that's really nice to be able to attack into things that have shields and take their shields by paying 0, take the shield off them so you're protected and they're no longer protected. And like how hefty his stats are, you're not going to be able to survive that as well, which is really cool. Then you've got House Cast as well. House Cast Soldier being a 2-cost, 2-free unit, Mandalorian Trooper. And all it's got is Saboteur, meaning that when it can attack ignoring Sentinel and defeat shields of a card it attacks into, which is pretty cool. So some nice more Mandalorians, really nice cards here. Then we got some Cunning Underworld cards as well. So we've got some really nice ones here, like Cloud Rider being a very nice 2-cost unit. We got Smuggler Starfighter being a nice 3-cost space unit, and then we got Emphis Ness being we've seen like the artwork of it on like the spoilers on the playmat from like the UKG top 8, and now we got to see what it does. It's a 6-cost ground unit, and it's a what's got the title, I think Marauder. I think it's Marauder. But yeah, so Cloud Rider is quite a nice one, being a 2-cost 3/1 unit Underworld, and it's just got ambush. So it can attack ready when you play it. You can ready and attack an enemy unit, which is quite cool. So like a nice way to like just take, if your opponent plays up something turn 1, like normally when you're playing like heroic units at the moment that are playing Cunning or Kasar Command, you want to put down a Battlefield Marine, which is a 3/3 for 2, this can come down and just attack straight and take it out. It will die itself. It's not very much bulk, but it just comes down to take things out quickly. So you don't have to worry about them the next turn, just like taking things out. So that's a pretty nice unit, a very good unit as well. Goes pretty well to Cad Bane as well. That's pretty cool. Then you got Smuggler Starfire being a free cost 2/2 unit. So you got a when played, if you control another underworld unit, you can give an enemy unit -3 power for this phase. You can weaken something, turn this as play, which is quite nice. And you can even smuggle this out as well. And the smuggle cost is 4, and also cunning is the aspect as well. So never a smuggle card. Like, we're getting fewer and fewer with these ones as we go through. So we've seen most of them. But this is a quite nice one. Like, yeah, you can minus like by power, so you can't really do much damage or have to worry about it. But then you have to be able to, if you can't take it out, it's going to be pretty irrelevant. But it's a nice option. Then we got Ephes Nest being a 6 cost, 5/4 underworld card with ambush. So similar to I can't remember what it's called. Like, I know it's in like set 1. You got the same stats, but it's a 5 cost with ambush. But this is a 6 cost. But then this one also has a beneficial effect of while a friendly unit, including this one, is attacking using ambush, the defender gets -3 power. So it's quite nice. You can come in and attack something, can take a little bit less back anytime either itself or another unit is attacking using ambush. So it gives like kind of benefit to using ambush, which is a very good keyword. So it's a really nice card. 6 cost, pretty decent stats for a 6 cost, and his effects allow it to take less damage when it's attacking with ambush. Is really nice to have it survive or potentially take into account too. So those are some cunning cards, and then we got some more Wookiees as well. That's what we've got main for this week. You might have been thinking, where are the Wookiees? Like, they're not in the normal one put aspects together. That's because I put them separately, because we've got 4 new Wookiees. So like, even more reason to kind of want to play Chewbacca, because currently I'm not really seeing a reason to play Chewbacca really outside of some of the other units like Luke, or leaders like Luke and Chirrut that come with the same aspects. But more Wookiees give more reason. So we can get a Wookiee tribal deck soon. Like, we got these 4 now. We might have more coming in the reveals, but then we got these 4 now. We might even get more as future sets come on, which is really nice. So we got the Wilshire Tree Tender being a 3 cost 2/4 Wookiee. We got Fugitive Wookiee being a 2 cost 3/3 Wookiee. We got Wookiee Warrior being a 4 cost 2/5 Wookiee. And then we got Tarful, Kashir Chieftain, being a 7 cost 3/9 Wookiee. So like a big bad Wookiee, but some very nice skills. So only like all common Wookiees apart from Tarfuls are rare, which is going to be a really nice one, especially for light. It's going to look really nice for light. We got the Tree Tender, just gains grip. So like, nice thing with Wookiees is most of them have grip, because like the more that they can take a lot of damage, and then they can put that into like power because they're very, very strong. So Wilshire Tree Tender being like a one with grip, so the more, every time like he gets +1 power for each damage he's taken. So you can take up to 3 damage before being defeated, and then after that power, making you can go up to 5 power, which is pretty cool. And you got Fugitive Wookiee, which has very good stats, just like we've seen with Battlefield Marine, like 2 costs with 3/3 stats. But he's got a bounty, which means because he's a fugitive, he's got a bounty, and the bounty is exhausted unit. So it's not a good one like untap any resources, draw any cards, you just exhaust the unit, which could be handy. But then if you have this out and you play it correctly, even if it gets taken out and your opponent gets the bounty, you can make it so they don't get any benefit from the bounty, which is really nice. Like, it's really nice stats, and it has a bounty. So sometimes a bounty you might think, oh, don't want to use this because it's got a bounty on, but the bounty isn't like one that's amazing. It can be played around quite easily, and even then, if it isn't played around, it's not as devastating. It's just like give someone a drawn a card or out tapping resources to play more things, so it's not too bad. Then we got Wookiee Warrior, also quite nice stats as well. So he's got 2 power, 5 health. So he's got quite a bit, especially with grit as well. He can take up to 4 damage before being defeated, and then also put the power, so he can get up to 6 power before being defeated with grit, thanks to grip. And also he's got a nice little when played, where if you control an arrow Wookiee, you draw a card. So if you've got one of these several Wookiees on board before you drop him, you can draw a card, but you can draw through a bit more. And because none of these ones are unique, you can put multiple of them down, which is very nice. And we got Tarful. So this is one of the more like heavy duty Wookiees, because it's 7 drops, so he's quite heavy, quite late in the game with his 7 cost. But he's got 3 power and 9 health. He doesn't have grit like the other ones, which is a shame. So like, he can't just like convert always like a lot of power from being taking damage, but then he got a lot of bulks. He can take a lot of hits, and then he's still 3 damage back. It's quite nice, but he also has Restore 2, so he's healing 2 from your base every time he attacks. But he also gives a nice little benefit to Wookiees as well, because while he's on board, when a friendly Wookiee unit is dealt combat damage but isn't defeated, that unit deals that much damage to an enemy ground unit. So it means anytime a Wookiee is attacked while he's on board, if it isn't defeated from that attack, it deals the amount of damage. That unit deals damage as much damage to the enemy to a ground unit. So if your opponent attacks a Wookiee and there's like 5 damage to it, but it doesn't kill it, that then it deal 5 damage back to a ground unit, either the same unit or another one of your choice, which is really cool. So Tarful is a very nice one for Wookiee, especially when you got Chewbacca leader, which has Sentinel and Grip. You can then, if it gets like they have to attack into it, and then when they do attack into it, you can then use Tarful. Then go right, I'm gonna put that. You did that this much damage to me. I'm gonna put this damage on one of your units, one of your ground units, which is really nice. So I'm looking forward to getting these. Maybe getting them. Trying to get them hyperspace as well, because they look quite nice. Especially Tarful is going to look pretty nice in hyperspace. Then we got one last single villainy card as well. So we got one last card for this week, being a villainy card, and it's just a Black Sun Starfighter, being a free cost, free 2 unit with Sentinel, an underworld vehicle and fighter. There we go. And that is it. It's like nothing special about this one. Just never a space unit for the dark side, and also a Sentinel one. Pretty good stats for its cost. So that's it for this week. What are you looking forward to? Like, are you hyped for Wookiees? Are you hyped for whatever cards? What cards are you hyped for from these reveals? Let me know in the comments below. But that is it from me today. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
Like a boss.